right, we're back.
We're back.
This is G808.
And DJ.
And this is the Atomsplit Rockin' and Drawing podcast. And today we're going to talk about...
bands we'd like to see, but never will.
Never will.
For one reason or another. And probably one main reason.
Yeah.
Some of them are dead.
Yeah.
I would guess. All right. Well, we've talked about memorable shows and then bucket list bands, and now bands that would be on the bucket list but doesn't count because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, we'll never get to see him.
So, since you have a longer list, why don't you go first? Or what are you working on?
I'm working on page 123.
123.
And this is going to be the last page where there's going to be a crowd running.
So things will speed up after that?
It's speeding up already.
Since the last...
Yeah.
The super crowd scenario.
It should speed up some, yeah. But yeah, cool. Running crowds. That was it looked good, but it took a while. All right. My first band that I'll never get to see is The Doors.
Ah, wow. Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like The Doors, but we know Jim Morrison. Well, Jim Morrison is dead, and now Ray Manzarek is dead, I think.
Oh, yeah?
So all that's left is Robbie Krieger and John Densmore. And you just can't have The Doors without the other two.
Yeah. You know, it was rumored that Jim Morrison went to my community college in Clearwater, Florida, back in the 60s. That was a rumor. Somebody tried to prove it, but I don't know if they ever did.
You don't know that well?
Like he attended one semester or something like that, which I found hard to believe, but it was kind of a little claim to fame for St. Petersburg Junior College back in the day. All right, The Doors. I'm not I like The Doors. I'm not a super huge fan. I wonder if my dad has seen The Doors.
Dude, you should ask him.
He knows all the riffs because his band back then used to play he knows all the keyboard riffs, so they used to cover those songs. That's funny. All right. If I'm going to go back in chronological order, the most obvious choice is the Beatles.
The Beatles, yeah.
I thought of it like after I thought to the modern, I was like, man, one of the best things you could ever see would be the actual Beatles. And I'm not talking like retired age, but,
right.
Heyday kind of thing. So,
yeah.
How awesome would that be?
Early 60s prime.
Yeah. Maybe a Cavern Club show, and then maybe like the Shea Stadium show or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
When you couldn't hear anything because all the girls were screaming so loud.
Shea Stadium was the first time they went to America?
I don't know for sure about that, but the first time they went, they played on the Ed Sullivan show. So this I think was a few years later.
Okay.
When they played the stadium. It might have been the last. Was it that last? I can't remember. Or what? It was the stadium in California, I think, was their last concert show of that level. With Shea Stadium's New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's around anymore.
Yeah, probably not. So yeah. How many lucky people alive have seen the Beatles, I wonder?
I don't know, but the number's getting thinner.
Yep. 1966 was that year. August 23rd. Huh.
That's probably when...
That was the second time they played there. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the second coming to America?
Yeah. A year after the first triumphant appearance at New York Stadium, the Beatles returned for a second time. The concert did not sell out. Wow. With 11,000 of the 55,000 tickets still available. Nonetheless, the Beatles made more money from their appearance than they had in 1965, receiving $189,000. Wow, which is a huge amount back then.
That's probably when they made everybody mad because they said they were more popular than Jesus.
Yeah, that's what John Lennon said. All right. And back to you, G808.
Next band I know I'll never get to see live is Led Zeppelin.
Right. That would be my list as well.
I mean, I could see them live if certain people would just like get on board with it, but it ain't gonna happen.
So like they did the one reunion show. God, I think it was 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
2008, whatever.
Yeah, 2007.
And that was just one show. So you would have had to have flown to wherever it was, London or wherever. So that's probably not going to happen. Although it might could, but still it's not. We're kind of talking about seeing them in their heyday kind of stuff here.
You know what? I'll take it any way I can get it.
Yeah.
Because I could get it, but it's not nearly likely that I'm gonna get it. So.
Right. Yeah, I would. I'd be right there with you, unless it's in London and you can't get a ticket, which was the way it was.
Yeah.
So. All right. Beatles, Doors, Led Zeppelin. How about Nirvana?
Yeah, I got Nirvana too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be hard to see.
Yeah. Well.
But it would have been cool.
You can see 3/4 of Nirvana if they wanted you to.
Or 2/3.
No, 3/4. I mean, if you count Pat Smear.
Oh yeah.
Which you should, because you contributed to a lot of, what was it, the last two, or I don't know.
I forget. Yeah, that would have been something to see them. Mm-hmm. Although when they first came out, I wasn't really sure because they were. I think we talked about this. They were kind of killing punk music, not pop, but alternative music back then, power pop, and then everything went grunge. But still, to see Kurt in the again heyday would be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Nirvana, dead. That's the reason we're not seeing them.
Yeah.
Beatles, half dead. Led Zeppelin, 1/4 dead.
Yeah.
The Doors, main one dead. Okay. And who's next?
All right, my next one is one of my top 3, Motorhead.
Right, you never got to see him, right?
I never got to see him because I don't know that within the last decade or so, Motorhead ever played outside of California.
Yeah.
Or on a
that would have been cool.
On a festival. I've never heard of them coming to Georgia.
Huh.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
That would have been cool, man.
Yep, it would have been cool. And the thing about, well, I don't know, all the circumstances, but prostate cancer is pretty preventable.
Yeah.
So I wish things had turned out differently, but yeah.
No, he probably didn't get regular checkups.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I don't know. I would go with that. I'd go to that.
All right.
I'm going to go alternative. Joy Division.
Okay.
I would love to, have seen, since I've been on my Joy Division kick last year, my New Order kick, see the original Joy Division in their raw, super punk form back in late 70s. That would be cool. In England somewhere.
Why can't you see Joy Division?
Because Ian Curtis, the singer, killed himself.
Oh, okay.
When they had just released their second album, and they were leaving, I think, the next week to come to America for the first time to tour, and he killed himself. And so they did not get over here.
How old was he?
23.
Okay.
So I was wondering if he was 27, but no. So it was May 1980. And then the Peter Hook, the bassist, and Bernard Sumner, the guitarist, became New Order. So now Peter Hook is actually coming to Variety Playhouse in November and playing some New Order albums all the way through or something. But I don't think he's even in New Order anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's doing his own thing. But to see Joy Division, that would be cool.
All right, are any original New Order members still in New Order?
But Bernard Sumner, the singer, I'm sure is.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. But, they don't, not that they're putting out any good music. I think he put out an album back again, like 2007 or 8. And they've broken up and got back together many times.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm going to try to go to that Peter Hook show. Because that's kind of the same, but not quite.
Yeah.
But still. Because he's just an awesome bass player. It was a big influence on many, many people who played bass, including me. All right.
My next one is Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see them live. Never got to, and they hate each other. Or at least the singer doesn't like the rest of the band. Or something like that. I mean,
singer doesn't?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I probably wouldn't join you on that one, but
yeah.
Hey, all right. It's like you got some heavy tastes, and I got some super light tastes.
Yeah, but we both like Motorhead, so what?
We both like Motorhead, yeah.
All right.
No. I'm almost out here.
Okay.
You made me when you said the singer hates him. It made me think of Oasis. I wouldn't mind seeing Oasis, and they'll probably never play together again because the brothers hate each other.
Yeah. And that's the same with the Black Crowes too.
I mean, I was kind of thinking REM. I never saw them, but that could probably still happen.
Yeah, that might happen.
Even though I don't agree with a lot of the political views of Michael Stipe and whatnot, probably, but...
Well, you don't need to enjoy the show.
Right. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm out.
All right.
This is going fast.
I got two more.
Yeah.
One is I'll go with the punk rock one. Ramones, the original Ramones.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good call.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think you could see all the replacement Ramones now.
I think there's only There's only one of them who's alive anymore. The originals.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh wow, that would be to be at the CG, whatever it is, CGBB,
CBGBs.
CBGBs, and see them back in the day.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what level of touring they did back in their day. Like, did they actually come here to Atlanta and play? I wonder. Let's see. 1980. I know, yeah. Oh, March 28th. They played Atlanta in 1980.
Where?
Let's see. See if it says. It doesn't say. 28th and 29th, so 2 days. It's just probably a smaller place. Huh. Yeah, they played all over. But what year did they stop?
Like 90?
Yeah. After that Pet Sematary movie.
Yeah.
Song.
Which was awesome. That was an awesome song too.
All right, I just thought of another one.
All right.
The Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers?
The Blues Brothers, man.
Okay.
I'm looking through my iTunes. How cool would it have been to see the like Belushi and Aykroyd doing the thing with that awesome backing band they had, because they toured, in their time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They've got, a couple of albums that I have are live albums, so yeah. They put together a full. You didn't know that? Man, yeah, you got to listen to some of that. Have you ever listened to any of the records?
No, I didn't. I didn't even know they had records. I just saw
the
movie.
You need to listen to it. You probably the band. It's like Paul Schaefer was like in it, the band director.
Yeah.
And it's just classic, great studio musicians and performing musicians was their backing band. So they toured back when Rubber Biscuit came out, and then after that, and I wish my parents had taken me to see that. But the albums are really good. The live albums, they're awesome. You should listen to them on Spotify if you kind of like them to begin with at all.
No, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, so give that a shot. I love. Sometimes I actually work out through it because I love Rawhide, and I think they have probably three besides that Briefcase Full of Blues. Well, no. Then there's the movie soundtrack. The movie soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah.
James Brown, Aretha Franklin, all that on there. Cab Calloway. Yeah. So, all right.
And I sort of copied that Rawhide scene when we did the comic where Atomsplit had to play Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely influenced by that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, one last band that's kind of not a band. Well, it is. Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
They're rappers, but they also play instruments, and they started out as punk rockers, so...
Yeah, they definitely had the gifts, so...
Yeah.
I could see that. I might go to that with you.
Yeah, and they made it known that they, after... Which... I forgot what... I think it was Mike D.
After he died, didn't he die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
milk it.
Yeah, they're not gonna tour or play anymore.
Yeah. Well, all right.
I mean, if you say that, at least you acknowledge what everybody's wondering, right?
Right.
But if you don't say that, and then you have like bands like Rage Against the Machine and Led Zeppelin who've never said never, but
So you still think maybe?
Maybe, but highly doubtful.
Yeah. Every passing moment becomes less and less chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's some not surprising, but good, bands.
Yeah. And there's probably a lot more that we haven't thought of.
Yeah. Right.
And if we heard them, we'd be like, oh man, I'd like to see them live, but never will.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let me try to find something to play here.
Okay.
Since we've been neglecting that. I've got my box set hard drive out here of old live takes and whatnot. Let's see if we can find something. I have been working on finishing songs for a new EP over the past few weeks, so we may need a cover for that, which we need to talk about.
And we'll have that on the table when we start going back to conventions when this comic is done.
Mm-hmm. Man. Masquerade, 1997.
Uh-oh. Where you at? You in heaven or hell or purgatory?
Man, probably. God, I'm trying to remember. Definitely not purgatory. What was hell? Hell was the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably heaven.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much where all the. I have no idea what song. Let's see. God, that's bad. At this point, I'm singing. I sound like I'm singing with an English accent.
Yeah.
This is not far too many years from when I ended my old wave band singing with an English accent, so that's probably why. Now, all right, so this seems to be No Such Luck from Masquerade. I haven't listened to this, so it may be horrible. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So this song was on One Ton Suit, deep cut.
Okay.
And I'm going to EQ this when I put it in the edit, but here we go. There's no audience noise.
Mm-hmm.
This tune's called No Such Luck. Complicated things the other day when I had to hear you say it's better to have lost and loved than not to loved at all. It's better to have had your back against the wall. No such luck, no such luck. No such luck, no such luck, no such luck, no such luck. You're short-sighted in the strangest way, just like begging me to stay. It's better to have had the fire and have got 10 burns. It's better to have lived a bit than never learns. No such luck, 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 no such. Try to balance all your weight. Try to eat all that's on your plate. Yeah, you're frozen in solid, satisfying smile, and inside you are laughing all the while. No such luck, no such luck, no such luck. No such luck, 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 no such. No such luck. Sheila, just give back to me, man.
What did you say?
I don't know. Let me see.
No such luck. Sheila, just give back to me, man.
I don't know. I see. You hear that? That's what's called the big muff pedal that Jason was using. So, wow. So this is all right. So much for that. Anyways, we'll play that next week. We'll play the real version.
All right.
Not the real version, but how that ended up.
The studio.
The studio version. So yeah, I was singing very low then. It was still in an embryonic state. That's pretty funny. So that was probably like 1 a.m. on a Sunday night at Masquerade or something, and they probably had 5 bands, and we probably had to sell our own tickets and shit.
Did you?
That's the way they used to do it.
Did you record that with your own equipment or their equipment?
It sounds like it might be a board tape. Usually I would take a cassette and I would beg the sound guys to record the set for us. That's usually what I did. And I think here. Although that does sound kind of like a room tape. I don't know. Not sure. Not sure.
But you don't hear anybody.
Oh, there wasn't anybody there. That's what I mean. It's 1 a.m. on a Sunday night, man.
Well, what did you play for if nobody was there?
We didn't know. This was this is only the second year of Atomsplit, so had yet to really. I mean, actually, it's the first year. That's the first year. So yeah, hadn't really established anything yet. So that somehow got that early gig at Masquerade. That's the first year, 1997. Yeah. Wow. How about them apples?
That's some history.
It's some bootleg history there.
Yeah.
All right, man. How's it coming there? Let me switch back to my Skype. Bring us on home. It's looking good.
Yeah, just got the last couple of people running for a while at least.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's going to be a Gracie versus evil Gracie fight for a while.
A Joker versus Joker challenge. I love it. All right.
All right.
Until we meet again.